Hello rally car fans in cartoon form. So we have a highly anticipated Choro-Q Zero. I love the Lancia Rally cars here. This is the Stratos, which is I believe the first dedicated purpose-built rally car in history. Lancia looked at the rule books and said, hey, let's just make a car based on the rules instead of modifying a regular street car. And it just looks crazy. It looks like a doorstop. So this is Z30B, so this is the 30th ChoroQ Zero. It's weird that it don't have the date on the packaging, but it is on the model. Okay. It has mirrors. I usually avoid putting them on because I always pull these out for other comparisons, and they might break off. Yeah, if you look at this photograph, the mirrors are supposed to be right there, so I think they'll break off. Well, I don't know. It's a tough call. They're pretty flat. There's a flat spot there. Maybe. No, not for this video. All right. So this is I think it's the 1977 Stratos, because I just did a search for the #1 car and that's what came up. So it's pretty close. It's got the livery. Well, it doesn't have all the livery though. There's no text here, or well, it is there. The A obviously is compressed because the door is. But yeah, it would have been nice to maybe have Alitalia written there. It does have the Lancia written there. Okay. This is a totally different numbered car, but I just thought it's cool because look at this thing. It's like swimming in this water. And, you get an indication of the foreshortening. And then that guy's just flying. So that's why I like rally racing. I think it's cool. It's not just immaculate Formula One tracks or something that lasts only a few hours. Rally racing, I think, is pretty much any road conditions, any weather, and there's several stages. So it's like many races in one race. All right. Anyways, so what I'm not really a fan of are these blanked off wheels. The spokes do make sense. They look like the real car, but it's just that. It's just not good. So after I ordered this, I anticipated this problem. So we're going to solve that later. Alright, so all the printing here looks good again. The windows are highly smoked. You can see, I think, a little bit of the gear right there, the motor. It's a, penny racer type of thing. You can put a penny here and it'll do a wheelie. Alright, nice taillights. You got a black surround, red and orange as well. Although it's not, a little white shining through. You got the dual exhaust tips coming out, so that's pretty nice. And here in the bottom, this thing is from 2014. It was actually in the 10th month of 2014 this was made. Let's see, we got painted lights here, that's pretty good. Painted fog lights, a nice texture in the grille. Unfortunately, no paint here on the turn signals or reflectors, whatever they are. We got some ribbing here for these vents. And then the louvers. The paint did a good job on the louvers, not so good in the vents though. It didn't get in there. The Monte Carlo thing, and it does say 1977, so I was right. Okay. I'm usually wrong. Rome? I don't know. Is that the driver's name? Maybe? Not sure. Okay. Alright, well, let's get this guy open, and we're going to solve this wheel problem here. So I just show you guys the construction of this. I find model making interesting, how they're made. So the canopy is just pressed in on those pins, and then the fog lights are pressed on those pins. It's the bottom part that's interesting for me. This thing has the front axle way ahead of the motor, so it needs this separate little plastic piece to trap the front axle. So that's what's going on there. And then I found that this hook was really tight. There's just too much paint or something like that. So if you have a hard time getting that off, I just used one of these mobile phone tools, and I clipped it off a little bit, and that's what I used to push that tab out. Alright. So let's get that tab back in and pop this thing back together. Yeah, see, you heard it snap. So there's a lot of paint on that hook tab. Now for me, what I love about this plastic piece is, you'll see there's not much light shining through, but more importantly, when I put my 3D wheels on, I don't need as much putty. I 3D printed these wheels, right, and it has a brake system back there. I'm not sure if you can see it though in this light. Let's see. Focus. Focus. Yeah, I'm not sure, but there are some cross drilled and brake calipers anyways. And frankly, I'm ignoring reality, and I painted these gold. There's supposed to be yellow wheels on the #1 car, but I guess when it's a cartoon, I just don't care about realism, right, or accuracy. Okay, so I'm using Potafix Pro Putty to mount these things on. I took the tires off the originals and put them on here, and they were really hard. Like, they're not really flexible, which is kind of disturbing. I don't know what's going on here. The older ChoroQs, even 2 decades old, the rubber stays pliable. But for some reason, this newer one has hard rubber tires, so that's concerning, you know. I'm afraid that might lead to them cracking in half in the future if they get too hard. Okay, so, you know what? I'm gonna make this guy steer because it is a rally car. It's drifting through a turn, I guess. Yeah, I definitely don't need as much of this putty as usual because of that wall on the inside. Okay. Yeah, so it's drifting into a turn now. Alright, let's compare to a couple other models here. I do have 1/64 scale versions of the Stratos since I love this car in real life so much. It is a cool meeting. I brought this photo up before when I reviewed these 1/64s. So here is a CM's branded dirty version of this #1 car. So you'll see it does have yellow wheels. Now that's fine for me because that's a realistic looking model. I do have another CM's, it's this #14, and it does have gold wheels. Same driver, just a different year of car. It doesn't have all the wings and aero accoutrements, so it's probably an earlier version. It says 1975 actually on the badge there, so it's 2 years before. Here's a top view. I think Mini GT is coming out with a Stratos. I've seen prototype photos of it, so I'm looking forward to getting that for comparison. That'll be cool. Okay, so that's the 1/64 scale comparisons. I do have a couple, you know, other cartoon rally cars I thought I'd show. You may have seen these before. So these are by Wanda, the coffee company, so they're free promo items. They come with a can of coffee, I guess, so they're not the greatest detail, but again, they were free. This one has 3D printed wheels, ProDrive wheels, this Subaru. And those are the stock Wanda wheels. They're smaller diameter. Alright. So let's let this guy spin on its own. I really hope like ChoroQ or some other brands start making rally cars in these cartoon forms, or preferably those resin models like Timothy and Pierre and ChoroQ and something egg, little egg I think it's called. That would be really cool. But for today, I think this ChoroQ Zero is pretty nice. I'm really happy to have it, and hopefully you enjoyed this review. Thanks. We'll see you around.